Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to Russia in July 2024 marked a significant moment in international diplomacy. This was his first journey to the country in nearly 5 years. The trip underscored the enduring nature of the India-Russia strategic partnership. It came at a time of considerable global geopolitical shifts and complexities. The visit was closely watched by international observers. Many sought to understand its implications for regional and global power dynamics. It was a clear signal of India's commitment to maintaining its multifaceted ties with a long-standing ally, irrespective of external pressures or changing global alignments. The discussions held were broad, covering a wide spectrum of bilateral cooperation and international issues of mutual concern. The significance of this particular visit cannot be overstated. It occurred against the backdrop of the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. This conflict has reshaped international relations and alliances in profound ways. For India, maintaining robust ties with Russia, a major defense and energy supplier, is crucial. The visit aimed to reaffirm this special and privileged strategic partnership. It also sought to explore new avenues for cooperation in an evolving world order. The leaders focused on ensuring that the relationship continues to grow dynamically. They emphasized that this growth is not influenced by transient external factors, a testament to the depth and resilience of their bilateral engagement. The groundwork for this high-level engagement had been carefully laid. Diplomatic channels remained active despite global events. During this July 2024 visit, Prime Minister Modi extended an invitation to President Vladimir Putin to visit India. This invitation was subsequently accepted, with President Putin planning to visit India in 2025. This reciprocal arrangement of annual visits, paused due to the conflict, is now set to resume. This signals a return to a more regularized pattern of high-level dialogue. Such interactions are vital for steering the strategic direction of the partnership and addressing any emerging challenges or opportunities effectively. The visit was not merely symbolic, it was a substantive diplomatic endeavor. It aimed to deliver tangible outcomes across various sectors. These sectors ranged from defense and energy to trade and technology. The discussions were characterized by a spirit of mutual understanding and a shared desire to navigate the complexities of the current global environment. Both leaders reiterated their commitment to a partnership that has historically served the core national interests of both India and Russia. This commitment forms the bedrock upon which future cooperation will be built, ensuring the relationship remains a factor of stability and peace in the international arena. Defense cooperation has long been a foundational pillar of the India-Russia relationship. This partnership has withstood the test of time, evolving to meet contemporary security challenges. Prime Minister Modi's visit in July 2024 provided an important opportunity to review and strengthen these critical ties. Discussions inevitably focused on ongoing projects and future collaborations in military technical areas. India has historically relied on Russia for a significant portion of its defense hardware. This includes advanced fighter jets, warships and missile systems. Ensuring the continuity of supply chains and joint development projects was a key agenda item during the high-level talks. The strategic dimension of this defense relationship is multifaceted. It encompasses not only the procurement of equipment, but also joint research, development and production. This allows for the transfer of technology and the co-creation of advanced defense platforms. Such collaboration enhances India's indigenous defense manufacturing capabilities, aligning with the Make in India initiative. The leaders likely explored avenues to deepen this aspect of cooperation further. This would ensure that India's defense preparedness remains robust in a complex and often unpredictable security environment. The reliability of Russia as a defense partner, even amidst global scrutiny, remains a key consideration for New Delhi. The visit also served to reaffirm mutual commitments to existing defense agreements. These agreements are often long-term and involve significant investments from both sides. Maintaining the momentum of these projects is crucial for India's defense modernization plans. Discussions would have addressed the timely execution of contracts and the smooth functioning of support mechanisms. The geopolitical landscape necessitates a strong and self-reliant defense posture for India. The partnership with Russia plays an instrumental role in achieving this objective. Both nations understand the strategic imperatives that drive this enduring collaboration in the defense sector. Beyond hardware, the defense relationship includes regular joint military exercises, training programs, and strategic dialogues. These interactions foster interoperability and a deeper understanding between the armed forces of the two nations. Such engagements are vital for addressing shared security concerns, including counter-terrorism and maritime security. Prime Minister Modi's visit likely paved the way for an enhanced calendar of such activities. This would further solidify the operational synergy between India and Russia. The resilience of this defense partnership is a testament to the deep strategic trust that has been cultivated over many decades of close cooperation. Energy security is a paramount concern for India, a rapidly growing economy with increasing energy demands. Russia has emerged as a significant and reliable partner in meeting these needs. Prime Minister Modi's discussions in Russia prominently featured energy cooperation, particularly in the oil and gas sector. India has notably increased its procurement of Russian crude oil, especially since early 2022. This has been a pragmatic decision driven by India's national interest in securing affordable energy supplies. The visit likely explored ways to ensure the stability and predictability of these supplies. This includes looking at long-term contracts and logistical arrangements for efficient transportation. The diversification of India's energy basket is a key strategic objective. Russian energy resources play an important role in this strategy. Beyond crude oil, there is potential for enhanced cooperation in liquefied natural gas and even nuclear energy. Russia has a long history of collaboration with India in the civil nuclear sector, with the Kudankulam nuclear power plant being a flagship project. Exploring new projects and expanding existing ones in the nuclear domain would contribute to India's clean energy goals. The discussions would have touched upon ensuring that this energy partnership is sustainable and resilient to external pressures or market volatility. The economic benefits of this energy trade are substantial for both nations. For India, access to discounted Russian oil has helped manage inflationary pressures and reduce the import bill. For Russia, India has become a crucial market, particularly as other traditional markets have become less accessible. This mutual dependence has strengthened the economic dimension of the bilateral relationship. During the visit, leaders likely discussed mechanisms to further facilitate this trade. This could include exploring payment mechanisms that are insulated from international financial sanctions, ensuring the smooth flow of transactions between the two countries. Furthermore, the energy partnership extends to investments in upstream and downstream projects. Indian energy companies have invested in Russian oil and gas fields, and there is interest in further such collaborations. Similarly, Russian companies may explore opportunities in India's refining and petrochemical sectors. Prime Minister Modi's visit would have served as a platform to encourage such two-way investments. This deepens the economic engagement beyond simple buyer-seller relationships. Building a comprehensive energy partnership that spans the entire value chain is a long-term goal that leaders from both countries are keen to pursue. The stability of the broader Asian region is a shared strategic interest for both India and Russia. Prime Minister Modi's visit provided a crucial platform for discussions on the evolving geopolitical landscape in Asia. Both nations have a vested interest in preventing the rise of instability and extremism. They also aim to promote a multipolar regional order where diverse interests can be accommodated peacefully. Key areas of focus would have included the situation in Afghanistan, Central Asia, and the wider Indo-Pacific region. Harmonizing their approaches to these complex issues is vital for maintaining peace and security across the continent. Afghanistan, in particular, remains a significant concern for both New Delhi and Moscow. The resurgence of the Taliban and the potential for the country to become a haven for terrorist groups pose direct threats to regional security. India and Russia have historically collaborated on Afghanistan, sharing intelligence and coordinating their diplomatic efforts. During the talks, the leaders likely exchanged assessments of the current situation. They would have discussed strategies to engage with the de facto authorities in Kabul. The aim is to ensure that Afghan territory is not used for spreading terrorism and that the rights of all Afghan citizens are respected. Central Asia, a region bordering both Russia and in close proximity to India, is another area of mutual strategic importance. These nations are rich in resources and are at the crossroads of major trade routes. Both India and Russia support the sovereignty and stability of Central Asian republics. They work together in forums like the Shanghai Cooperation Organization to address regional challenges. Discussions during Modi's visit would have covered ways to enhance connectivity projects such as the International North-South Transport Corridor. This corridor aims to link India with Central Asia and Russia, boosting trade and economic integration. The broader concept of Asian security architecture was also likely on the agenda. Both India and Russia advocate for an inclusive, open and rules-based order in Asia. This order should respect the interests of all regional actors. They share concerns about unilateral actions that could destabilize the region. Their diplomatic coordination in various Asian forums aims to promote dialogue and cooperation as the primary means of resolving disputes. Prime Minister Modi's interactions in Moscow would have reinforced this shared vision. They would have explored practical steps to strengthen mechanisms for regional security cooperation, ensuring a stable environment conducive to growth and development. Section 5, the economic engine, bilateral trade and investment horizons. Beyond the critical sectors of defense and energy, the overall economic relationship between India and Russia has seen remarkable growth. Bilateral trade surged to exceed $60 billion in 2024. This figure represents the highest level achieved in the modern history of their economic ties. Prime Minister Modi's visit aimed to build on this momentum. The discussions explored new avenues to diversify and expand the trade basket further. While energy commodities form a significant part, there is a concerted effort to boost trade in other sectors. These include pharmaceuticals, machinery, agricultural products, and technology services. One of the key objectives is to move beyond a trade relationship heavily skewed towards a few commodities. Both governments are encouraging businesses to explore untapped opportunities. This involves facilitating business-to-business interactions, simplifying trade procedures, and addressing non-tariff barriers. The International North-South Transport Corridor, or INSTC, is seen as a game-changer in this regard. By significantly reducing transit times and costs, the INSTC can provide a major impetus to bilateral trade. During the visit, leaders would have reviewed the progress on making this corridor fully operational and efficient for commercial traffic. Investment flows between the two countries are also a focus area. While there have been notable investments in the energy sector, there is potential for much more. Indian companies are being encouraged to look at opportunities in Russia's Far East. This region offers resources and incentives for investment. Similarly, Russian businesses are invited to participate in India's growth story, particularly in infrastructure development and manufacturing. The visit likely included discussions on improving the investment climate. This involves ensuring legal protections for investors and creating a more predictable business environment for sustained economic engagement. The establishment of robust and resilient payment mechanisms is crucial for facilitating trade and investment. Given the complexities arising from international sanctions on Russia, both countries have been working on alternative systems. This includes promoting trade in national currencies and exploring new financial messaging systems. Prime Minister Modi's discussions would have addressed the progress in this area. The aim is to ensure that economic cooperation can continue smoothly, insulated from external financial pressures. A strong and diversified economic partnership benefits both nations. It also adds another layer of stability to their overall strategic relationship. Section 6, the Ukraine conundrum, India's path of principled neutrality. The ongoing conflict in Ukraine has presented significant diplomatic challenges for nations worldwide, and India is no exception. Throughout the crisis, Prime Minister Modi and the Indian government have consistently advocated for a resolution through dialogue and diplomacy. This balanced and principled stance was reiterated during Modi's visit to Russia. India has refrained from outright condemnation of Moscow's actions. Instead, it has emphasized the importance of respecting the UN Charter, international law, and the sovereignty and territorial integrity of all states. This nuanced position reflects India's commitment to maintaining open channels of communication with all parties involved. Russia has expressed appreciation for India's measured approach. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov has publicly praised India's stance. He noted that Russia shares India's perspective on resolving the conflict by addressing its root causes through peaceful negotiation. This understanding from Moscow is crucial for maintaining the momentum of the India-Russia strategic partnership. India has consistently called for an immediate cessation of hostilities. It has also offered to play a constructive role in any diplomatic efforts aimed at finding a lasting peace. This approach is rooted in India's long-standing foreign policy principle of strategic autonomy. India's diplomatic efforts have not been confined to its interactions with Russia. Prime Minister Modi has also maintained communication with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. In a notable diplomatic move, PM Modi visited Kyiv in August 2024. During this visit, he urged President Zelensky to engage in direct negotiations with President Putin. This demonstrates India's commitment to fostering dialogue between the warring parties. Furthermore, India has abstained from voting against Russia in several United Nations resolutions related to the conflict. This has been a consistent pattern, reflecting its desire to avoid taking sides in what it perceives as a complex geopolitical issue. The Indian position is also informed by its own national interests. These include ensuring the safety of its citizens, managing the economic fallout from the conflict, especially on energy and food prices, and preserving its strategic partnerships. By maintaining a neutral stance, India seeks to protect these interests while contributing to efforts for a peaceful resolution. The visit to Russia allowed for a candid exchange of views on the Ukraine crisis. It provided an opportunity for India to convey its concerns and perspectives directly to the Russian leadership, while also understanding Moscow's assessment of the evolving situation on the ground. Section 7. Multilateral Harmony, India and Russia in Global Forums. India and Russia share a long history of close collaboration in various multilateral forums. This cooperation is built on a shared commitment to a multipolar world order, respect for international law, and the central role of the United Nations. Prime Minister Modi's visit reaffirmed this tradition of working together on the global stage. Both countries are active members of significant groupings such as the UN, G20, BRICS, and the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, or SCO. These platforms provide valuable opportunities for India and Russia to coordinate their positions on pressing international issues. The BRICS grouping in particular has gained increasing prominence as a collective voice for emerging economies. Russia chaired BRICS in 2024, and Prime Minister Modi attended the BRICS summit in Kazan on October 22, 2024. His participation, which included an informal dinner and welcoming ceremony, underscored India's commitment to the forum. BRICS countries are working to enhance economic cooperation, promote sustainable development, and reform global governance institutions. India and Russia often find common ground within BRICS on issues ranging from counter-terrorism to climate change, seeking to shape a more equitable global order. Similarly, the Shanghai Cooperation Organization serves as a crucial platform for India and Russia to engage on regional security and economic cooperation in Eurasia. Both countries view the SCO as an important instrument for promoting stability and development in Central Asia. They collaborate on counter-terrorism initiatives, efforts to combat drug trafficking, and projects to enhance regional connectivity. The shared membership in these organizations allows for regular, high-level interactions and the development of common approaches to challenges that transcend national borders. This multilateral engagement complements their strong bilateral ties. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov has often highlighted the philosophical underpinnings of this cooperation. He has referred to the Indian concept of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the whole world is a family, as a shared value that informs both countries' foreign policy approaches. This emphasis on inclusivity and collective well-being resonates in their joint efforts within multilateral institutions. Prime Minister Modi's visit would have reinforced this shared understanding. The leaders likely discussed strategies to further strengthen their coordination in these forums, ensuring that their voices are heard and their interests are effectively advanced in the evolving global discourse. Section 8. India's Global Compass Strategic Autonomy in Action. Prime Minister Modi's diplomatic engagements, including his significant visit to Russia in July 2024, are integral components of India's broader foreign policy strategy. This strategy is firmly rooted in the principle of strategic autonomy. This means India pursues its national interests by engaging with all the major global players without being locked into any single alliance. The aim is to maintain a balanced foreign policy that allows New Delhi the flexibility to navigate a complex and often turbulent international environment. This approach enables India to maximize its diplomatic options and secure its diverse interests across different geopolitical theaters. The visit to Russia, while reaffirming a time-tested partnership, does not preclude India from actively engaging with other key powers. For instance, Prime Minister Modi also visited Kyiv in August 2024, demonstrating India's commitment to dialogue even amidst conflict. Furthermore, his meeting with then-US President Donald Trump at the White House on February 13, 2025 highlights this balancing act. Discussions in Washington covered a wide range of issues, from reducing India's trade surplus with the United States to enhancing defense cooperation and collaborating on artificial intelligence. These engagements underscore India's capacity to manage relationships with countries that may have adversarial ties with each other. India's active participation in diverse multinational groups further illustrates this balanced approach. It is a key member of the G20, which brings together the world's largest economies. It is also part of the Quad, a strategic forum involving the United States, Japan and Australia, largely focused on the Indo-Pacific. Simultaneously, India remains deeply committed to platforms like BRICS and the SCO, which include Russia and China. This ability to straddle different groupings, often with varying agendas, is a hallmark of India's contemporary foreign policy and its rising stature as a global player. This pursuit of strategic autonomy allows India to play a crucial role in the evolving global order. It can act as a bridge builder and a voice of moderation in an increasingly polarized world. By maintaining constructive relationships across the geopolitical spectrum, India seeks to contribute to global peace and stability while advancing its own developmental aspirations. Prime Minister Modi's diplomatic initiatives, therefore, are carefully calibrated moves designed to strengthen India's strategic space and ensure that its foreign policy serves the long-term interests of the nation and its people effectively and comprehensively. Section 9. Shaping the Future. Implications of a renewed partnership. Prime Minister Modi's July 2024 visit to Russia holds significant implications for the future trajectory of India-Russia relations and for global diplomacy more broadly. The visit has effectively reaffirmed the resilience and strategic importance of this long-standing partnership. It signals a mutual commitment to navigate contemporary geopolitical complexities together. The discussions and agreements reached during this engagement are set to further deepen cooperation in critical areas like defense, energy and trade. This renewed impetus will likely ensure that the partnership remains a key pillar of both nations' foreign policies for the foreseeable future. One of the key outcomes is the anticipated reciprocal visit of President Vladimir Putin to India in 2025. This upcoming visit, his first since February 2022, will provide another high-level opportunity to consolidate the gains from Modi's trip. It will also allow for the further fleshing out of long-term strategic projects. The resumption of annual summit-level meetings signifies a return to normalcy and a shared desire to maintain continuous dialogue at the highest levels. Additionally, Prime Minister Modi has been invited to the Russian Victory Day celebrations in May 2025. While his participation is yet to be confirmed, such gestures underscore the warmth and depth of the bilateral ties. The strengthening of India-Russia ties occurs within a dynamic global context. It demonstrates India's commitment to its multi-vectored foreign policy. New Delhi continues to assert its strategic autonomy by engaging robustly with Moscow, even while nurturing partnerships with Western countries. This balancing act is crucial for India's rise as a global power. The visit sends a clear message that India will make its foreign policy choices based on its own national interests. It will not be swayed by external pressures to downgrade relationships that it deems vital for its security and development. Ultimately, the renewed vigor in India-Russia relations contributes to a more multipolar international system. It provides a counterbalance to unipolar tendencies and fosters a greater diversity of perspectives in global governance. The continued collaboration between these two large and influential nations will have a bearing on regional stability in Asia and beyond, as both countries look towards the future. This partnership, built on decades of trust and shared interests, is poised to play an even more significant role in shaping the contours of the 21st century world order, striving for a more equitable and stable global environment.